Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I'm sitting here with Donovan, a recovering Democrat Sadiq, also known as the Black Yul Brenner. I'd like to say the purpose of the Demetra K show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. I'd like to say a big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. Not only are you viewers, I should say, I don't like to call you that, you are family and sometimes participants. Now, sometimes I do share the link, and if I share the link and your profile looks like this, please go to this. And then if you're not comfortable, you can go back to that. Just know that no one else can see you, not even Donovan, until I bring you up to the big screen. Also, if I've never seen you on here before, I absolutely must see your face first. Then again, you can blank it back out to your profile picture. Also, in the comment section, it's not that we disagree, it's how we disagree. So let's be as respectful as possible. The same thing here on the panel. Today, we're going to be talking about a congressman finally admitting that the Democrat Party broke promises to Black Americans. And so we're going to get into that conversation. And I always say we're going to try to be here about an hour. We're going to see if we can finally, make that happen. I don't know. Well, I guess that remains to be seen. Nevertheless, who's on here before I give it over to Donovan? We have Kara. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Don't need no man. Stop telling me I do. How you doing? Samuel C. What's going on with you? KP from KC. Hope all is well. Buck Horse. Hope you're having a great day. Are you sober? Chalk Chick, how you doing? Long time no see. Greater achievements. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. And that's all I see for right now. Gina, avenge the ancestors. All right, give it to Donovan, then I'll come back and acknowledge everybody before we get into it. What say you, sir?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for having me back, having everybody else back, our co-hosts that are coming into the chat. It is Sunday here in California, 3 p.m., 3:07 p.m. to be exact. If it's 3:07 p.m., that means it's Demetra K time. All right. Hey, for all of you guys that have been rocking with us since day one and continue to support the channel, we greatly appreciate that. If you can, if those of you guys don't know how to contribute and want to donate, we have a scrolling banner at the bottom there. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Cash, Money Order, all that other great stuff. Do us a favor. You guys that are sitting at home right now, you guys are parts of groups and platforms. Share this on your groups and platforms. Also, if you want to become a member, you could become a member to the Demetra K Show, as well as subscribe and buy memberships to other people. So you guys can do that. It's a great gift and knowledge base to do that. Also, please do not forget to download the African Diaspora News Channel. If you are a fan and a friend of Demetra K and you're watching her here on this platform, you will also get an opportunity to see her on that platform, as well as she does drop great videos and knowledge of things that are going on. And sometimes it's very rare, but sometimes it's a similar story that she'll bring here that was very important on the diaspora that she did there. So she wants to expand that. So if you support her here, please do us a favor and support the African Diaspora News Channel there. Same thing. If you want to be a member, you want to join, subscribe. Last month, 20% off. Hopefully, Phil Scott will do another sale coming up. That'll be great. They're getting ready to go to South Africa. I guess they're starting to gear up to do that. So if you're interested in going to the motherland.
Ethiopia. I think they're going to Ethiopia in
a
couple of days or so, yeah.
Yeah. But I know and some of the commercials are talking about South Africa and doing that for the next year. If you guys want to go, you want to go to the motherland and do that. But yeah, Ethiopia is another great place to visit. So there's a lot of stuff on the African Diaspora News Channel you guys can partake in. And like I said, it's the cheapest way to go is an annual membership. That's the best way to go. And if you already have a membership, great graduation gifts. You got a lot of young people that are not paying attention to what is going on in our politics today, which goes back to what we are talking about tonight. They finally are admitting it, and and we're all guilty of it. We're young. We're not paying attention to what's happening. Real quick, African Diaspora News Channel, Demetra K, this person right here, just dropped a video this morning that I saw where she was talking about a young lady that was telling people that, yes, national elections are great. Ooh, Kamala, ooh, Trump, ooh, whatever. But you have to pay attention and start attending your local communities, because that's where the decisions are made. And Demetra K did a video on that this morning. So again, very important. And we are trying a thing to where we want to get at least 5 subscribers to the African Diaspora News Channel, if not to Demetra K. So please look into that and share, like on your platforms.
Yes, indeed. And hello to everybody that's come on here. Matthew, how you doing? All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so as you guys know, there's a lot going on in Washington. President Trump has been in there, I don't know, about 50 days, give or take, at this point, and there's been a big, major shakeup in every which way you could think of. Of course, Elon Musk is in there. He's the head of DOGE, Department of Governmental Efficiency, where they're making all these cuts because, you know, they say there's a lot of governmental waste and fraud going on. So they say, right, they found a lot of money that's been given away to here, there, and everywhere. So there's been a huge shakeup. Of course, the Democrats, who have no power, are upset, and they're doing a whole lot of things, a lot of antics, cursing, and, you know, walking out of Trump's speech and turning up at different federal buildings and shaking their handful of keys, Maxine Waters, and their canes and things. Of course, we saw Trump's speech when he was talking to Congress, Al Green, and that's the representative from Houston. He's actually going to be the one featured in this clip. He was shaking his cane and he had to be escorted out. And then a couple of days later, he was censured by Congress, for lack of a better word. Sounds like 10 Democrats also voted to censor him for acting a donkey, if you will, there during the speech. So there's a lot going on. But Representative Al Green took to the Breakfast Club and had a conversation with Charlemagne and them. And he was talking about a whole host of things. And he was asked this question. So, and I'll let you guys hear it. Thank you, Corey. And how you doing? So here we go.
Who supported Democrats, that's all we ever want. Do something for the base. Keep your promises.
Yes.
He keeps his.
Yeah, well, Brother Charlemagne, may I just give you this predicate before I get to your question? There are, we made promises. People have said that black men, as you know, were one of the reasons, and that in a sense, black people in general voted for Trump, and that hurt us. And they're saying that members of other communities, the labor community, didn't vote as they should have. Well, we made promises, and you mentioned that. We said, give us the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and we'll pass Voting Rights Act, John Lewis Voting Rights. We'll pass George Floyd Justice in Policing. Mm-hmm. We will raise the minimum wage. We will, for the labor folk, pass the PRO Act, Protect the Right to Organize Act. For the members of the LGBTQ plus community, we would pass the Equality Act. Well, we had the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and we didn't do it. That's your point. Mm-hmm. That's your point. Mm-hmm. We didn't do it. But here's to add to your point. When Republicans had the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and they didn't have enough votes to bring us to cloture. Cloture is where you get 60 votes, so you pass something with 51 votes. Mm-hmm. When they couldn't get to cloture with 60 votes, they said, fine. They made the following motion, not in these exact words, when there was a federal judgeship up. They said, we believe that we should pass this judgeship on with 51 votes. And the chair overruled that and said, no, you've got to have 60. And I remember the person making this motion, asking this, said, I appeal the ruling of the chair. Now, when you appeal the ruling of the chair, you only have to have 51 votes. Mm. So the 51 votes then allowed them to take up the issue of placing this person on the Supreme Court with 51 votes, as opposed to 60. We did a similar thing with John Lewis Voting Rights. Mr. Schumer did. And when we took our votes, we had 48 Democrats to vote with us. 2 did not. Manchin and Sinema did not. If they had, then Vice President Harris would have come over and been the 50. So we could have passed George Floyd Justice in Policing. We could have passed John Lewis Voting Rights, all of the things that I've said.
Right. And no Democrat ever threw Manchin and Sinema under the bus.
I never understood that. Manchin is like a menace. He be giving y'all hell.
All right. So let me remove him. Okay. and I'll get to you guys' comments. David, thank you so much for the donation. And Corey, I saw you did the same. I'm going to get to the comments in just a second. So y'all basically heard that was Representative Al Green from Houston, Texas. He's been in Congress since 2005. Before that, he was a Justice of the Peace, something like that, from like 1977 to 2004. Okay, so throughout the conversation, you know, Charlemagne asked, basically saying Trump and them, they do everything they said they were going to do. At least they're trying to, right? And they don't play nice, as it was the premise of it. And so, of course, you guys heard Representative Al Green basically saying all the things that they could have passed, and some of the things they said they were going to pass, like voting rights, and the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Although a lot of us weren't really asking for that. Most of us are asking for reparations, right? And they got that funky HR 40 study of reparations we're not asking for. We're asking for reparations. But his point was they said they were going to do a lot of things and they didn't. Now, they could have in some instances, like they have all the president, House, and the Senate decided not to do nothing. They nice, but did do stuff for people. It just wasn't the people who could vote, right? They did stuff for the immigrants and, you know, Ukraine, Afghan, everywhere else you could think of, they did stuff for. So now this is like a come to Jesus moment. He's saying for the Democrats, yeah, we didn't keep our promises. And we paid for that at the polls, especially in regards to Black Americans, because there were some who just didn't show up. And it was, you know, shown that a lot of Black voters didn't show up like they did last time. Of course, more voted for Trump than they did last time. And this is where they are. They have no power. And you see the Republicans, they're ramrodding stuff through, at least they're trying to, right? And now it seems like the Supreme Court is kind of saying, wait, whoa, you know, but nevertheless, they're still trying to do stuff. And so when I heard that, I said, oh, so now they want to have an honest conversation. But he sounds a lot different from the rest of his party. You got Jasmine Crockett running around cussing and acting like a whole fool everywhere she goes, opening her mouth, and, you know, everybody else wanting to play the blame game. But there he is, like, you know what? In a sense, we are the reason as to why we are where we are. You know, and he says, too, when he got put out, and Charlemagne says, well, how come no one else stood up with you? Like, everybody should have walked out. And he says, well, he didn't really want to go there. But in a sense, he was kind of like, yeah, you're right, because it was the only one in the course here and there. Jasmine and then walked out, you know, performative and things like that. And he said he did it because he didn't agree with what Trump was saying. It was talking about, I think he said something like a mandate on Medicare or something. He didn't agree with it. So he says he was like, it's either now or never. I got to do or say something. And then also within that interview, he says, well, the other thing, too, is Charlemagne was saying, when what's his name? The other guy, I can't remember his name, Joe somebody, when he called Obama a liar, when he was giving his speech, he says, the Democrats, y'all had everything.
Joe Wilson. Sorry.
Joe Wilson. Is that his name? Joe Wilson? I think it was something else, but okay, we'll go with that. He says, y'all had everything and y'all could have censored him. And then I guess Marjorie Taylor Greene, she was acting a donkey. He says, y'all didn't do anything, but yet, you know, you say something and then not only did the Republicans vote to censor you, 10 Democrats did as well. So it's like, y'all don't have the same energy. So again, he admitted, yeah, we dropped the ball. We've been lying and it's been catching up to us. So anyway, I'm gonna give it to Donovan and then I get to you guys' comments. I'll try my best to catch up.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep mine as short as possible. But see, I'm glad he's recognizing that. And a lot of people are doing those assessments of what they don't do for Black people. See, notice ever since the election, they have not given any credit to you guys for out there waking up your neighbors, your parents and stuff, you know, and people like that. Because the fact of the matter is Kamala lost because they lost 30%, not 30%, but close to 30% of the Black vote. Almost a third of the Black vote either sat home, did something else with their vote. But that's the real reason. Now that the reality that Donald Trump is what he is. This is our reality now. You got to get ready to do with this for the last 4 years. And they're taking these L's left and right. This is it. You know, you got to say, okay, well, now we're going to have to try to change, because what it is they're trying to find out where they resonate with us and what it is that we want. One thing that we do know, they are listening to us. They might not be doing anything for us, but they are listening. They hear what we want. They know it's reparations. As a matter of fact, I was listening to a podcast today with a white lady congresswoman, and she was basically saying that you know, that they're trying to find what it is they need to fool us again. Basically, that's in paraphrasing in what she's saying. So getting back to Mr. Al Green, who, according to what's my buddy here? Tex Vore, he says that he's black and Polynesian, Samoan or whatever. He's half, right? He's a member of the Asian caucus and he's a member of the Black caucus. And notice that he tries to put the blame on Manchin and Sinema. Negro, we didn't ask you any of that. You knew who those people were. See, this is what the Democrats, and we got to understand this, you guys. This is a very racist party. They were the ones that fought against civil rights in the 1960s. We are experiencing our loved ones under Stockholm Syndrome. This is a pure example of Stockholm Syndrome and a very negative relationship between Black people and the Democratic Party. Very dysfunctional relationship. Every time, see, instead of him saying, yeah, we don't want to hear about what Sinema and Manchin did, because when somebody in your caucus doesn't do what they're supposed to do, how many times have you guys saw them sideline AOC? Didn't Nancy Pelosi slap down the squad when they were getting out of line? So why is he blaming Manchin and all these? Oh, we couldn't do anything because of these two people. Okay, let's do the math. So instead of telling us, hey, we need to vote more Democrats in, obviously you're saying that's not the answer when it only takes one or two to stop any legislation that goes through Congress. See, he's giving you guys the game if you're listening to what he's saying. So he's saying that one or two senators can stop legislation for over 600 and something Democrats in the House. That's exactly what he's saying. Not taking any responsibility or anything like this. Here's the thing with Donald Trump and his executive orders. As we are seeing, almost all of his executive orders are being shot down by the Supreme Court because they are unconstitutional. But by the way, you guys, I'm still waiting. Have you guys seen any slave patrols? We're about 50 days in. It's almost 60 days into Donald Trump's presidency. Have you seen any slave patrols? Did anybody see Donald Trump rip up the Constitution at the State of the Union address? I'm just looking for these things. 2025 program that's supposed to be happening. Anybody see anything like that? I'm gonna end with this. I thought it was atrocious. And if you watch the State of the Union, I will agree with a bunch of things Donald Trump said, but I will agree with one thing that Donald Trump said. And I'm going to paraphrase. He said this: he could find the cure for cancer, and those Democrats will not applaud, do anything other than oppose him, no matter what he does. So how do you work with somebody when you're the problem of working together? Because as Americans, there's got to be somewhere where we could meet in the middle. I was appalled when there was one Democrat lady. When that little boy was made an honorary Secret Service member, I don't care if you like Trump or you don't like Trump. The Democratic Party showed you the hatred that they have for this country and for Black people. That was a little Black boy. And only that one white lady stood up. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. You are so fixed on power that you are willing to say, we're going to go against them. They're talking about shutting down the government because they're not getting their way. This is the problem in America. So, I'm glad, you guys see it. I'm preaching to the choir with you guys, but it's inevitable. And I have to agree with Donald Trump. No matter what he does, it's never going to be good enough for those people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to say this, and hello to everybody. that's coming on here. Mad Dog, what's going on with you? I'll hold that thought for just a second. Following up, how you doing? Says, I think the fact that Representative Green was censored shows that the Democrats are scared he is going to expose the whole plot against the people that they are part of, plain and simple. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling that I got. He's, you know, it is what it is, right? Tell it like it is. Thank you so much. He said he is just echoing the same old rhetoric. They send some flunky out to admit the broken promises, which is nothing new to us, while not correcting cut our checks. Is that simple. And I say this too. On one of Donovan's posts that he made about something, I don't even know what it was, Trump said or something. I got falsely accused of pretty much being MAGA, right? And I said this on Friday. I said the Democrats, a lot of y'all out there that are watching that don't act like you watching, but you watching, y'all are very nasty, acting individuals. You know, y'all run around pointing the finger at people. And if I was MAGA, my heart don't pump no Kool-Aid. Y'all know I be wearing baseball caps lately, right? I come on here with a MAGA hat. If I was MAGA, I'm not scared of none of y'all. I ain't talking about y'all, I'm talking about them over there. I ain't scared. So when I saw that and I had to let them know, hey, I'm not MAGA. I never told you I was MAGA. But as I thought about it, I said, okay, that's that plantation mentality. If you have a thought outside of the Democrats, oh, you must be MAGA, oh, you're a Republican, oh, you a Trumpian, and all this other nonsense. And you know what I said to myself? You and people like you are the reason why I'm going to go harder against the Democrats. See, the last couple of weeks or so, months, I ain't been going as hard in the paint as I have been, but now I see that I need to keep it up because y'all ain't going to learn your lesson. And as I said before, in 2028, ain't going to be no better for the Democrats because I'm not going to be quiet. Because I see y'all ain't learned y'all lesson. Y'all want to run around the internet bullying people, calling people names. Like, what's that going to do to me? That ain't going to do nothing to me if you calling me MAGA. But you hard-headed. You don't get it. You don't understand why. And to Al Green's point, to a tiny bit, that's why y'all, the Democrats ain't in office. Because a lot of y'all are mean, and you're evil, and you're nasty. You won't ever try to have no good talking points or say anything worth listening to. You a champion. You MAGA. But never, do y'all listen to any other side? Is it just because, and that's that whole vote blue no matter who. Y'all ain't no better than the MAGA. Y'all blue MAGA. Y'all know better. So you woke me up. Now I'm on your bumper. I was going to say something else. Now I'm on your bumper. You should have shut your mouth. Now I'm going to have something to say every time I come on here about why the Democrats should not be in power, because it's the base. The people that follow them are as ignorant and evil as possible, period. Go ahead.
Just a side note for you guys. I lost a lot of friends because of Demetrius. So let's let you guys know that.
Don't lose no more hanging out with me. I said it. They don't ever say nothing to me. The last time one of your little homies said something, he got his daughters, his wife, and I kid you not. I kid y'all not. His daughters came to the party. His wife came to the party behind the scenes. She came to the after party, and all of his homies, all the homies tried to come at me, and the dude got up under my comment, acted crazy. So when I sliced and diced him with some razor blades and lemon juice, and then I kid you not, I was like, damn, your grandmama coming next? Damn. Nevertheless, he don't talk to me no more. Good. All right, let me get back to these comments. All right, let's see. Fearless, how you doing? Says they already know Sinema and Manchin will kill legislation and let them and pretend there is nothing they can do. Sinema's not in office anymore, is she? Is she retired yet or something? Brother,
both of them are out. Both of them are out. Man.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Both of them are out.
Arneva, he says there are 10 more Manchins and Cinemas in the Democrat Party. They voted with the Republican to censor Al Green. They surely did. Sure did. Let's see who else is on here. Daryl, how you doing? He says, if the Democrats weaponize white Latino anger at Trump and keep the current black voting bloc, they don't have to do nothing for black people, and they know it. Yep. But you know what, though? They almost got away with it, but we woke up at the last minute. Brother Reggie, no, we're not on early. Oh, you know why? Because the time changed, and it don't change in Japan, right? Is that what it is? So the time changed here. Trust me, it messed me up this morning too, because I was like, damn, I'm tired. I was like, oh, the time changed.
See, when you're retired like me, I didn't even realize the time changed. I just said, I woke up, I said, something's different, but it didn't really affect me.
Yes. Also, you gonna sell your son like a son like you gonna sell your citizenship for $5 million. Y'all saw the video I did on African diaspora. Yeah, I would sell mine too in a heartbeat. Hey, Clifford, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Who else is on here? Let's see. Brenda, you said Dimitri. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You should have saw me yesterday. I had a baseball hat on anyway. Emmett, he says they released 3,000 felons. Where's the same energy? Yeah, they don't ever talk about the stuff that they've done, right? Texture says it was a positive display of Black manhood and fatherhood with DJ Daniel and his dad. Oh, yes. And yet the Democrats, the Black ones, too, did not clap, but they clapped for white Ukraine. Yep, phonies. All right. Facts Not Feeling says Trump is correct. Dems are to fight against him no matter what he does. Shelly, how you doing? Says, wow, that's messed up if you're saying the Dems want to shut down the government over Trump. This hurts all federal employers. Military all for revenge. Yeah, they got until Friday to pass a budget. If not, it's gonna get real funky. Brother Joe,
yeah, and it doesn't affect the military. It doesn't affect Social Security. A government shutdown, those are the two entities it doesn't affect. If you're a federal employee, it affects you, but military pay, retirees still get paid. Social Security still goes through.
Brother Joe says, people be not docile. The government, Democrats and Republicans fear Black economic unity. Come on now. Any form of Black empowerment, period. Decolonize fully. Revelations 18:4. Consider the time 13. Yes, indeed. Brother DeErnest, how you doing? He says, didn't stand for the Black child, didn't stand for the families who were present and a family member murdered by illegal immigrants. The Dems' priority is big business. Yeah, because if they stood for that, they'd have to admit it's because Kamala and Biden let all them in, and did what they did to, I think her name was Jocelyn, a little girl out here, and the other girl that was a student. Yeah, so they'd have to actually admit that. Rodney Brown, what's going on with you? Said, this isn't nothing new to us. Most definitely. And David, thank you so much. He says, Democrats are crashing out, and I'm here with my popcorn to watch the continued descent into political matters. And thank you so much for the donation. Love and appreciate you for that. African Osarenko, and I know I jacked that up, but how you doing? Dano, what's going on with you? Let's see. Oh, really says big plantation vibes. And Brother Rodney says, so evil when the Black congressman stood up, he says, for that Black man and his amazing son, they exposed themselves. The old timers didn't even vote for the Kennedy's name. The Black gay men and Black women and undivine nine, you crazy, on the Democrats are the worst. Uh-oh. CJ says, a lot of folks know I'm into politics, but have no idea how I voted. I said it used to be a conversation where people converse with facts, but no more. Yeah. And you don't owe people who you voted for, you know what I mean? But they think that they do. All right. So current affairs with Sarah says, my main issue with the Biden administration, if you know the two senators from your caucus, Biden would have done executive orders for Black people. Instead, he did executive orders to help others.
Real quick, have you guys heard, as they're doing these investigations, that Biden had like a automatic pen or something that had his signature? They're not even sure he was the one signing executive orders and things as the president. They're not even sure he's doing it because it's some kind of auto pen or something that they had that had his signature or something. So who in the last 4 years was running this government?
Oh, God, I haven't heard that. Raven, how you doing? Says the Dems have always been the show poodles, void of any courage, and the Republicans are the pit bulls who chew the Dems up. Even when the Dems control both House reparations for FBA focus matters, yeah, they didn't want to do anything, which is kind of why you think they're all in the same gang. One is just playing docile while the other one is acting like they're not. That's kind of how I see it. The average logical thinker says, have you seen some of their TikToks? They're busy making T-shirts and Kung Fu videos. Yeah. Brother Jonell says the hypocritical American government only empowerment is colonizing and investing in their own security via military. All is thieves and robbers of their docile citizens. Yep. Ira, how you doing? Says vote blue no matter who, is cult-like, literally mentally unhealthy. I totally agree with you. S. Edgy, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Who else is on here? Brother Rodney says the old timers did not even stand up for the Kennedy name. And LaShawn says cussing people out, dancing all day. It's ridiculous. We're asking about policies. Yeah. Jasmine Crockett is dancing to Kendrick Lamar, not like us through the halls of Congress. Is like, lady, is that all you got to do that day? And then you got two more people who, Elon is probably looking at like, oh, are we paying them to dance? Look, gone. They out of here. Brenda says, this is why the world is running amok. Never in my lifetime. You ain't lying. Hello, Cooking with Miss D. How you doing? I see y'all comments, but I'm going to skip down so I can catch up with everybody. James, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Carrie say, me too. Brother Rodney says, the Black Congresswoman, Kima Williams, nor any Black Congress people did not stand for that amazing Black father and his wonderful son. Yeah, it don't sound like a lot of them did. Tia, to you, how you doing? It says, the level of stupidity is unreal with those who vote Demetri and Donovan. None of them have any have an everyday plan, just want slavery as usual. Yeah, they want Black people to just fall in line. That guy from Texas, how you doing? Long time no see. Brand, how are you? Says Democrats ain't learned. That's a party of snakes. You'll never get me to become MAGA, but I can say the Republican MAGA folk are in lockstep with one another, even if they have minor disagreements. Yeah, they get on the same page, but the Democrats, y'all some evil, emotionally ignorant people. Not all of y'all, but a lot of y'all are. Y'all just do and say anything. Y'all turn up and crash out at the drop of a dime. Whenever you see somebody that don't agree with you, you run like killer bees on their posts and spin around and make all these stupid accusations and act a fool. And like I said, I already told y'all, y'all are a small reason why I didn't vote for Kamala, other than the stuff that she was doing and did not do. But y'all pretty much sealed the deal for her with me. I was because I couldn't stand to listen to y'all for 4 years. So y'all keep it up.
Real quick, I got a question for you, Demetri. Did you hear about what Doge has found under Stacey Abrams?
Didn't she get like a whole bunch of money or something like
$2
that?
$2 billion. You know, all of a sudden now she's this kind of eco expert, and she was given $2 billion for a town in Georgia. I don't know what's going on with Georgia, and I'm not going to say this, but it seems like Georgia is the scammer capital of the United States. You know, I mean, it's just crazy what's going on in Georgia. But she was given, they found that $2 billion was given to her organization for a town that has like, she was supposed to buy like appliances and stuff. It was cheaper to give people more efficient appliances, allegedly. And $2 billion in a town that is like maybe like 20,000 people in it or something like that. So if you break it down per something, it came out to like $56,000 or something per unit, you know, whatever they bought. It was really something really out there. And so what they're uncovering is a lot of this Democratic money that they're finding that a lot of these people who are attached to the Democratic Party have set up nonprofits, and they're funneling money to these people through the nonprofits.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna get to the bottom of it. You know, I have heard that Stacey Abrams, because then Trump brought her up too in his speech. I know she was like, get my passport ready. Sagittarius Goddess, how you doing? All right, let me skip down to the bottom so I can be relevant in these comments. And I'm sorry, I do see you guys' comments. Marshall, how you doing? Says Charlemagne, the lesser charged false god. Damn. And the Breakfast Club made fun of Little DJ. Yeah, I've been seeing Charlemagne post some kind of questionable things about him. Text, he says, if anything, this election showed white conservatives can't afford to vote Republican because it's the Dems that was keeping them in their federal jobs, etc. Now they're all gone thanks to Musk and Trump. Yeah, you're seeing a lot of Republicans. They're actually showing up to a lot of these senators' town halls, and they're waving their, pitchforks and stuff, saying, you're gonna be out of here. And that's how you're supposed to do it. You're not doing what we sent you to office to do, then you need to go, right? So I think that's because I've already seen too Lindsey Graham pushing back against Trump. He's kind of in a nice way trying to push back about the Ukraine thing, because Trump removed Ukraine's military intelligence capabilities and obviously funding. And Lindsey Graham, he was like, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. We need to get a ceasefire before we do that, because we want to still be honorable. It's like, really? So he's trying, but I think a lot of them are starting to see the writing on the wall. Like, yeah, we got to get back to Washington. It's up to our constituents to bring us back here. And if we effing up the rotation, yeah, they're going to vote somebody else in. So we'll see.
Yeah. And then another thing is, have you guys noticed that a lot of the federal employees that are out there protesting, they're not of our generation? That's for damn sure. They're not of our generation. And that's the problem in America. I know we have laws against age discrimination and stuff like this, but the point is, If you are 84 years old and still working, we have a problem in our economics in America. You should not be in your 70s and still working at a job. You shouldn't. Now, if you want to open your own business, that's your business. But to be working at a job and feel that you're entitled to it, shouldn't be doing that. And if you guys notice, when they're out there and the news cameras are watching them, they're singing old civil rights songs. Just like when Al Green was censored, we shall overcome one day. Foolish. 60 years removed from the civil rights movement, and they think singing is going to get them sympathy for what is going on around the world. Sad.
Yep. Hey, Thunder, how you doing? You liking this cold weather? Well, if you like it, don't like it too long because it's going to be hot next week. You say, let's be clear, you had a black boy with brain cancer, and that black boy was with his black father. This didn't fit the Democratic narrative. It needs to be a single mom. They're anti-black family. Yeah, they're just like, just evil. It's like y'all couldn't clap for that. I guess because he was, I don't know, seems to be supporting Trump, but that's his right. Y'all, Democrats run around talking about democracy's in danger, and we need to protect democracy. But then you try to endanger it for everybody else. It's only in danger if it's somebody else outside of the Democrats, or if it's the Democrats. But as soon as you get off the plantation, it ain't in danger for you. We gonna endanger it though, So make up your mind. All right, skipping on down. I promise you guys, I'll get back to y'all comments. Suki B, how you doing? Bernard, what's going on? He says Dems don't even know how to compromise on issues. Sad, no, they don't. And their bases, they make me itch. Facts I Feeling says TBA covered at $2 billion for a town that has 17,000 people. So it's like, where the money at? Chalk Chicken says another personality on YouTube covered this. Okay, got you. Yeah, I saw it. I think on X or something like that, but I didn't really get too much into it. Your average logical thinker says everything in Georgia is wrong, from Fonnie Willis to everything else. Dorothy, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Sister Shirley, what's going on with you? Brother Rodney says,
Another quick question for you. They recently, the mayor of is it Baltimore or is it DC? The mayor of DC, she recently agreed to paint over the Black Lives Matter thing. See, this is what I'm saying. The Democrats don't stand on nothing. They have no spine. They have no ideology that they actually believe in. If you believe that Black Lives Matter and you painted that sign and all that other stuff, it should stay no matter who's in the White House. But she recently agreed to paint that over to appease the powers that be. What are your thoughts on that, Demetri?
I think Trump said we was going to cut your funding. That's that DEI stuff. So yeah, they need money. So of course they did it. They didn't really want to do it in the first place. That's when Biden was in office, and it's like, give the Negro symbolism, paint the little sidewalk and say Black Lives Matter, and then we'll just be gone with it, right? Because the Democrats, when they got in, y'all don't take to the streets, calm down, we gonna put these kente cloths on and we gonna go make it do what it do, right? And they put everybody back to sleep. That's what they did. They put Black people back to sleep. So I don't care if it says Black Lives Matter or not, because do Black lives really matter here in the United States of America? No, we hear about Black lives not mattering all day long. So painting it on a sidewalk is just symbolism. Who is that for anyway? Whether it's there or not, it's what you're actually doing with the Black lives in America. So yeah, of course you're gonna play ball. She's like, Negroes don't mean nothing to me over the money I not be getting. So Dearney says, yes, Donovan, I heard about that. Gave her billions up front, whereas received 100 in 2023. Yeah, she got some splaining to do. I hope she getting out of here quick. Don't pack no bags. See, she might as well get on the nearest thing smoking. Dwayne, it says 120,000 residents, and it was 16 million apiece, broken down within that 2 billion allegedly. And how much did those people actually get?
The people didn't get anything. It was appliances that they were bought. So technically, what a stove costs $600, $800 at the most.
At best.
Yeah, if you need a refrigerator. They didn't
get no state-of-the-art stove either.
Yeah, if you could need a refrigerator, what, $1,500? So I mean, that's pennies to what the 2 billion.
Stacey, what you doing with that money? Dr. Lauren, how you doing? Says South Georgia definitely has a lot of insurance salesmen and government workers funneling money out of small towns and small towns. Newspapers quite often. Guess Stacy is joining the scams. Well, they said she was already in trouble before that for her nonprofit and then mismanaging funds. So this ain't nothing new. So if allegedly they gave her $2 billion, are we surprised? She was already accused of that when she ran for governor twice. They already knew she was funny with the money.
See, and this also makes you, if we're just using our basic logic, this also makes you understand why the Democrats are going to all these buildings where Doge is investigating and they're fighting so damn hard. Have you guys ever seen Democrats fight for reparations this hard? Or not, forget reparations, HR 40. They don't fight for HR 40 this hard. So it makes me wonder, why is it that they're showing up at these government buildings? What is it that they're trying to not let us see?
Yeah, Greta, thank you so much. Love and appreciate you for that, and welcome. All right, let's see. Michelle, how you doing? You say, good evening. I appreciate the corruption being revealed, but no one is being held accountable. Not yet, right? It all remains to be seen. That's what Trump and them are saying. Some people may be held accountable. I don't know, but unfortunately, this is where I feel bad for the government workers, because they didn't create those jobs. Those jobs were created, right? They don't have the power to say, I want to come work for the government and I want to do this. I want to see if mice are gay. Let me have that job. Somebody made those jobs up and those people got hired to do it. And unfortunately, they're bearing the brunt of foolishness, for lack of better words, because do we really want to spend tax money on seeing if mice can be trans or gay or whatever it was they were doing? I don't know. Just kind of crazy.
And then where is it that it's written that you're guaranteed a job? Even in the private sector, you're not guaranteed a job. The federal workers work at the pleasure of the president, no matter who is in office. So I don't understand why they're getting upset because the president is firing him or he's cutting the fat. The government gets too big. Why? Wait. How many of you guys remember or as old enough as I am? Because Dimitri, I don't think you were born yet. Bill Clinton, when he and Al Gore remade the government, how many government workers and base military closures overseas and in the United States were closed? You can't go 30, 40 years and expand the government and keep expanding it before you have to bring it back. And then when Joe Biden pumped all that money into the economy, he created a false economy that didn't show the real economy that we were in a recession. So, again, it's just amazing to me that these are 80, 70-year-old people that have been in the job for 30, 40 years. Some people are my age, been there for 20-something years, and they feel like they're entitled to their job. You are there at the discretion of the president of the United States. I'm not even a Trump supporter, and I'm just saying he has the right to do what he's doing. Now, if you were one of those people that went and got the second house, went and got the Mercedes, got the RV, got the toys, you're going on your annual trips, you're stepping up in Chicago, you're buying those tickets for Dimitri K in Ohio and all that other stuff. That's on you. You didn't change your lifestyle. That is your situation and your problem. That's not the American people's problem.
Absolutely. Brother Don, my triple OG moderator, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. And thank you so much, everybody that's donating. Thank you to all the mods, everybody here liking and commenting. Love it. Appreciate you for that. My sister Marcella, how you doing? All right. I see I'm really behind, so I'm going to get to the bottom. I promise y'all I want to acknowledge everybody, and then I can circle back around to your comments. Brother Rodney says, Black Lives Matter, founded by 3 Black immigrant lesbians, one married to a white trans man. Stealing millions, buying many $million-dollar homes and white lies neighborhoods. I didn't know it was a trans man for real. Damn. At the Corn Pop has joined us. How you doing, Corn Pop? He say energy efficient appliances to prove they save on energy. That was her nonprofit. Money was given to her from Green New Scam. Yeah, come on now. And see, that's the other thing about a lot of these grants and stuff on the government level. You got to be in like Flynn, right? You got to know somebody who's connected. So Stacey Abrams know Kamala and everybody. And she's like, hey, got this, nonprofit. I really need some money. They're like, don't worry, girl. How's $2 billion? You know what I mean? But everyday people who got nonprofits who like, hey, can I get $1? Can I get $5? Just something. No, we don't have it now, but people like her getting all the money, people who ain't really helping people, they, fattening their own bottoms, no pun intended.
No study, just giving her $2 billion. They're trying to figure out, how did she come to $2 billion with no congressional oversight? How did that happen?
Yeah, they're just giving away money, and I don't know. I'd imagine there's a lot of homeless people, especially Black people in Atlanta, Georgia, whatever. And it's like, you got $2 billion for appliances. Are you serious, lady? Do everybody need a new energy efficient appliance? I'd imagine some of those people already had one, I guess.
Well, I don't know. I've been to Georgia, and I'm gonna tell you, some of those people are still living in the civil rights era. I mean, the Civil War era.
You need to stop it. Not the Civil War. You wildin'. Andre, how you doing? Since they broke Abrams per usual, only holding the bag. Yeah, sometimes you got to be smart, right? Kay Hodges, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Well, thank you. Love and appreciate you for joining us. Let's see, Mo Bay, how you doing? He says, I don't understand our community. Why act as though this is new? Black people have been dealing with the same issues. Yeah, but what's not really new for the Democrats, especially in modern day era, is Black people saying, couch, Trump. I'm not anything but y'all. What was the other saying? I'm voting anything but blue. So that's new for the Democrats now. The Democrats aren't used to not the majority, but enough Black people saying, I'm not in love with y'all doing, and it really woke them up. So now y'all got to pay attention, and I know that y'all are. I'm talking to them over there. You're gonna have your Rollins and your Jasmines, and I don't know what Joy is doing nowadays, but up until recently, and all of them, the regular Democrat shields, Al Sharpton, you're gonna have them really going hard in the paint. They really gonna be pouring it on thick and trying to keep Black people on the plantation, because this is gonna be a very long 4 years. It ain't even been 50 days yet, right? And they already like, right? So the last thing they can afford is for more Black voters to wake up and say, but did we die? We survived. We didn't, like Donovan say, we didn't go on the plantation. I ain't heard no men running around in horses and with nooses, and we ain't seen that. We all right. So, but they got to keep freaking us out and keep us on the precipice of, oh God, I better not go outside at night. I better make sure I have my permission from the master. Don't track through plantations and all that other stuff. It's gonna get worse for them. Let's see who else is on here. Then I swear I'm gonna catch up. Brother Norris, how you doing? It says, when we quit living back in the 60s, they are marching across that bridge now. Yeah, isn't it like the 60th anniversary or something? Say, what's that going to do for Black community now? Sickening. It's to keep reminding us, oh, we shall overcome. And even Al Green said that when they were saying, he said when they were singing USA, USA, he said we should have been singing, I kid you not, we shall overcome. And even Charlemagne was like, please don't. We sick of hearing that song. But you're right. It's all symbolism. James, how you doing? Says Sheldon Daniels running against Jasmine Crockett in 2026. Saw his profile on Phil Scott's show. He may be worth checking into. Yes, I saw Brother Phil covered that. Said he looked like, upstanding brother and all of that. So she definitely needs a challenger, because she ain't it. And I don't know if y'all caught, Brother Phil broke Jasmine Crockett down. When I tell you he broke her down, he basically said she ain't the ghetto queen that she trying to make y'all believe she is. She was, he showed the videos of her very astute and demure and, upstanding. And she's got this, she's talking like she got some sense, right? She ain't F you and you Putin hoe and all our long eyelashes and all that. And he also discovered, that when she was going to high school or something like that, they was paying $30,000 a year.
Yeah, she went to Catholic high school. Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Listen, if your parents is paying $30,000 a year for you to go to regular school that's free, oh yeah, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? And bad beat.
Her father was a pastor, a minister. a pastor. So
yeah. So she cosplaying sister girl. She ain't no more of a sister girl than than Marjorie Taylor Greene. She faking the funk.
Yeah, and then Roland's Reviews, she did one on Jasmine today as well. So if you guys are interested in that, Roland's Reviews, she did a master class on Jasmine Crockett. And the sad thing about this too is, they're listening to us and they know the different media areas to go on YouTube. I hope Jasmine would stop doing what she's doing, looking like a why is it that they keep using our Black women, and our Black women are so willingly to carry the water for all of this BS? This woman has a lawyer's degree. It's just sad.
Yeah, Reba, if I didn't already, hello. He says the CEO of Powerful Community, Stacey Abrams nonprofit, that its CEO was a former CEO of Fannie Mae during Obama years. Lord have mercy, like 19 degrees of separation. Brother Reggie says, I did both. I mailed in my ballot for Trump, then sat on the couch. You crazy. Walt, how you doing? Says, can't be mad at Stacey. The Black woman got her reparations. Yeah, unfortunately, it looked like Trump and them may make her pay for it because they already don't like her at all, right? More threads. How you doing? Thank you so much. Love and appreciate you. Says, Al let them folks use him. Now 10 of his own party voted to discipline him, and the Secret Service, he says, secret SA payoffs are being exposed too. Says, I would have crashed out for the corruption of the Freedmen's Bank reparation, hate crime bill, etc. Yeah, most of them are being used. And I was about to call you Kamala. I think I'm getting older. Donovan, to your point, yeah, it seems like a lot of the sisters in the Democrat Party are being used, but that's nothing new. Think about it. Come on now. The plantation, the Democrat Party, and the Black church all have what in common? They put the Black woman over the man. Or there's more Black women associated with that party. On the plantation, they use the Black woman to beat down the Black man. They made, him underneath her, right? Messing up the family dynamics, which is kind of probably why it's that way today. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that happened in the middle. In the church, especially in the Black church, you see more of who? Black women in the church. Some tell me the pastor like it that way. The Democrat Party, what is it? Mostly Black women, right? And they put them out in front to be sassafras and sister girl, and they reclaiming their time, and they bad beach blonde something, and like Jasmine, I'm like, it was Jasmine Crockett, Maxine Waters, and LaMonica, I forget her, the MacGyvers. They cussing all up on Twitter and everywhere you can see. It's like, do they really have y'all out there doing that? Because I haven't seen, I don't know, maybe not. I haven't seen no white women doing that, no Hispanic women. None of them I've not seen none of them get lockstep with being filthy. And as a Black woman, I wholeheartedly reject that. And as Black women, you should reject that. But a lot of y'all Democrats, you nasty ones, a lot of y'all go to church. Y'all mad at everything the Republicans do, but y'all got these sassy Black sisters out there cussing, calling people hoes and all kind of stuff, and you go girl. And y'all happy that they represent y'all. Y'all should reject that. That's why I be looking at a lot of y'all sideways. Because y'all turn your face up when somebody that is not in your party do it, but your party out there running around like donkeys, and you proud of it. Shame on you. That's all I got to say.
Has anybody heard any new way forward that the Democrats are trying to put forward to, they don't even have a leader. They don't have anybody that's setting the agenda. And if you guys watched the State of the Union, you saw the godmother, Nancy Pelosi, sitting in that little corner with her cane and stuff. And I think she was crying or something, that they said allegedly or something like that. But it goes to show you, this is what happens when you have leadership generationally that has been in leadership too long. You eventually run out of ideas and you become detached from reality and what's actually going on.
Yeah, and I didn't know Jasmine was married. I thought maybe she was, but it sounds like maybe she's not.
Oh, no, she's not married. Mm-mm.
So she just run.
City girl.
Too, and then I don't know what she was drinking, but did y'all see her? She had that cup, and then some lady handed it. It looked like she was. I hope she wasn't drinking alcohol, but just the optics of it is like, girl, what is you doing? Are you drunk? Because if you're drunk, then okay, it makes sense. So this is something you want to tell us, but I loved how Phil took mastery of that. Just broke it down as like she playing, and y'all eating it up. So as he said too, she a Trojan horse. Who sent her? Because they know they listen. They study Black people, especially Black women. Because a lot of y'all, not y'all, but them over there is silly as hell. And they now all they got to do is send somebody out there neck whipping and weave slanging and eyelash batting, and y'all gonna fall out because y'all like symbolism. Y'all think, and I've always said that about Jasmine Crockett. I always said, what is she saying? Yeah, she whippersnapping, but what is she saying? Why are y'all so excited? And when I said, a lot of people got mad. I said they cat fighting at the Capitol. Her and Marjorie Taylor Greene, when they was calling each other names. She was letting her know. And that ain't professional on no behalf. But a lot of people ate that up. They thought it was wonderful. Anyway, and Maxine Waters, Elon, nobody elected us. It's like, if you don't go sit down somewhere. All right. So like you said, she ain't like us. All right, I promise y'all, let me get to the bottom. Multifaceted me, how you doing? Maxie Watson, how you doing? It says stand strong, FBAs. All right. Falling up, it says 47 is using felon to find where, I think it meant Elon, to find where they can skim money for their bank accounts. That may be true, but you know what? Trump told them everything he was going to do when he was running. He said it. Everything he was going to do. He didn't, he might have fudged a little bit on Project 2025, whether that's coming into fruition. I don't know. Some say it is, some say it ain't. But anyway, he said everything he was going to do, and he did it. And somehow Kamala kept on, he's a fascist, and talking about illegal immigration and, mass deletion of babies and trans, surgeries on prisoners. The silliness that people kept saying, nah, we don't want that. Even with that, they knew this man was coming in like a wrecking ball, and they kept selling people stuff they didn't want. They kept selling. People said, hey, y'all letting all these immigrants come in, and y'all putting them specifically in the Black neighborhoods. They getting any and everything. They buying houses and bragging about it, telling Black people that's why y'all lazy. You ain't getting no money. Y'all heard people saying we don't want that, and somehow, what did y'all thought magically he was gonna click your heels together and Kamala was gonna win? So where are we confused? That's what I don't understand.
Now, I'm an animal lover, and I'm going to tell you guys this, and a lot of you guys probably already know it. Every now, you got to give a dog a bone every now and then. If you just keep making these promises, like Al Green said, you didn't keep one promise to the Black community. How is it that everybody else benefited off of our vote, and we didn't get one thing that you said you were going to do for us? We didn't get a police commission, George Floyd, John Lewis, reparations, student debt forgiveness. We can go on and on and on and on. But yet you're going to keep everybody afraid. Oh, Trump's going to do this. Trump's going to do that. Trump's going to do this. That man went in there and is still writing executive orders, and he is not concerned if the Supreme Court overturns it or not. He's showing his base. I'm going to go in there and do what I said I was going to do. If it gets overturned in the Supreme Court, it's just the Supreme Court. That's the law. That's the way it's supposed to go. Now, notice, Dimitri, am I correct? The Supreme Court isn't supposed to be partisan, but we know it is because presidents elect Supreme Court justices based on their ideology. So if you're a Democratic president, you're nominating a Democratic-leaning justice. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't the Supreme Court leaning more toward the Republican side?
Oh, yeah. So you 6-3? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. It's more Republican, right?
Yeah.
But yet, every day we're getting announcements that Donald Trump's executive order for this is illegal. This is illegal. That's illegal. This is illegal. Da, 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 da. So where is the, oh, he's going to do all this to the government because he has all three patients of the government and all this other stuff? No, they're doing their jobs. They're doing their jobs. And then when you have a lifetime appointment, you're not beholden to anybody once you get that seat.
James, you might be on to something talking about Jasmine and Kamala drinking parties. You might be on to something. And I don't know. I just like when I see it, you know, she's swinging the cup around. And it's like, what? Honestly, Black women, let me ask y'all this. Are y'all all right with her putting that in? Like, again, I'm assuming well-educated, right? She's supposed to be the creme de la creme of Black women. And instead of, you know, being astute and demure, and not saying demure like she should be quiet, but to be a good representation of a Black woman, she out there acting like the most hood you could think of. You know what I mean? Damn near the only thing she ain't doing, and maybe she ain't got there yet, is twerking. You know what I mean? And so it's like, as Black women, are y'all really all right with her putting that image out? She's in the halls of Congress and she's dancing with two other Black women next to her. Out of all the things she could do in the world, she decides to be dancing and acting like a whole ratchet. You know, it's crazy to me. And y'all Black women, this is where y'all really got to start kind of looking in the mirror. Y'all co-sign some of the most foolish activities out there. And y'all run around talking about, when I say y'all, I'm saying collectively, okay? The most disrespected, unprotected, but then y'all sit up there and clap for that kind of stuff. Honestly, at this point, you should be quiet unless you have something to say.
Now, I just want to add this. As somebody who went to private school most of my life, I'm going to tell you this. Seeing her skedaddle or scoot in the halls of Congress, I was like, yeah, that sister ain't from the streets. She could barely hold rhythm. She could barely hold rhythm.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy to me. Hey, Tanya, how you doing? And Levy, I hope I said that right. How you doing? You says, I'm waiting on her to turn out like the rest of them and become quiet on Black issues. You talking about Jasmine? When has Jasmine even spoke up about it? She, you know, I saw a clip of her saying that it's not a crime for immigrants to come in here without permission. It's like, then what is it? You know, 5 rings, you say facts. Let's see who else is on here. Let me skip on down. Sherry says, I think that wig and eyelash glue has destroyed some brain cells of Ratchet Crockett. Something going on. I think it's a costume, to be honest with you. Sunlight says, I guess that's what's supposed to be red Kool-Aid. Okay. And David says, what's wrong with Low Country in upstate South? Kakalaki says, quit voting for these folks. Yeah, no, well, because we love it. She don't take no mess. She don't play. But what is all that getting anybody? Absolutely nothing. She just acting like a clown. You know, join the circus if you want to be doing all of that. Texas says Crockett is doing the same sister girl act that Angela Rye was doing all over CNN until they fired her. Says none of them come from that environment, yet they think they think how working class Black women behave. Yeah, they're cosplaying. They're cosplaying what they think, you know, Black women should be, or maybe Black women are. Maybe they need to log off. I don't know. I don't even know Black women who act like that.
Yeah, well, what's crazy is if they're going for the city girl, sister girl thing, and not too many city girls, sister girls are paying attention to politics, from my experience. They're not paying too much experience. They're paying attention to the bag.
Yeah. Facts Not Feelings, it says Maxine and Stacey are screaming about Doge because they know Trump is going to find out where the money have been going for decades. How did Maxine get tens of millions in net worth working for the government like they all do? And honestly, keep it a buck, like the Republicans about to do too. You know what I mean? They about to get some money as well. Sister Shirley, he says Kamala wanted up. He says with illegal immigration, got you. Donovan says down with deportation. She made me sick. Yes, she was going to do more of that too. LaShawn, how you doing? Says long lashes, hair weeds, cussing and dancing. It sounds like they're stereotyping to get votes. Wake up. Sean, how you doing? Says they thought they could cheat. Okay. Crazy. Brother Reggie says, I never forget Vanity Jones saying that Kamala plan was a love letter to black men. Yeah, it's like, huh? JJ, how you doing? Says the oh my goodness of Shanae Jenkins motivate motivate Jasmine Crockett. Perhaps, I mean, come on now. Big Tech sucks ass. How you doing? He says they never kept their promises. No, they have not. Brother Jonell says exactly. Donovan Trump going to Trump all day long, right? All right. Let's see. Mike Nice, how are you? We about to get out of here, but how you doing nevertheless? Who else came on here? I see your comments, but I want to acknowledge everybody that I have not. Clemson, how you doing? It says Trump will ignore the course at some point, and his presidential immunity will show us that we've been focusing on the wrong things. Again, Trump's power only goes so far. Congress is the ultimate say-so. The Supreme Court's job is to interpret the Constitution, right? The law. So Trump may try it, but it's up to Congress to stop him. Now, I will concede this. Since Congress is kind of ran by Republicans, maybe that's where some concessions will come in. But I'm thinking a lot of those Republicans are going to say, yeah, man, I'm not trying to lose my job. I'm going to have to push back because, let's keep it about some of the stuff Trump is doing is kind of ridiculous, so add it out. But his pen ain't that damn mighty. So.
Right. Like I said, it all comes down to following the money. Who controls the money in the government? It's Congress. So, all this fear mongering and stuff, and you just shut it down. All they have to do is not allocate the money. Stop voting for stuff and not allocate the money, and that will take care of itself. But then again, I got to pay my mortgage. I'm a federal employee. I got my butt to worry about. I was supposed to go on vacation. That's the problem. That is the problem. People are individually worried about their situation versus the whole.
Yeah. Jamila, how you doing? Says I made it just in time. Demetri and Donovan, did you hear about Ben Shapiro's petition to Trump to pardon Derek Chauvin? Says sounds like a setup for Trump. I think, yes, I actually did a story on it. It's not out yet, but it will be out next week. But see, this is the thing. Ben Shapiro is very right-wing, as y'all say, a small hat community. And yes, he has a petition, pardonderek.com. Basically wants Trump to pardon Derek Chauvin. Of course, y'all know he murdered George Floyd when he kneeled on his neck almost 10 minutes. But see, this is the thing. Derek Chauvin was sentenced by the state and the feds consecutively 21 years. So, yeah, Trump can pardon him on the federal level, but the state, he still got to serve that time, 21 years. So I doubt that the state would. Not Trump, maybe he could put some pressure on the governor or.
Well, Tampon Tim has no problem, it's Tampon Tim state.
Well, I actually heard a pretty good interview with Tim Walz on NPR. And, he said, yeah, the Democrats dropped the ball too. They weren't listening, things like that. And he's like, he's not a big fan of Trump. And he said, we still got to fight him every step of the way. And I say all that to say that I don't think that the Minnesota will pardon Derek Chauvin. Obviously, he's guilty of murder, right? We all saw it or whatever. But yeah, and Elon, he agreed with it. He asked the question, yeah, this is something to think about. So, that's not a secret to us. White supremacists have always thought that Derek Chauvin was some sort of hero for lynching a black man in the middle of the street in broad daylight. That's just who they are. And listen, without saying too much, I won't get into it too far, but those folks from that community, they are the triple OG slave masters. So the stuff that, them seeing Derek Chauvin as innocent is not unusual. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's giants.
Right. And just real quick, JD Vance on his X account, he asked, should Trump take down the George Floyd statues that are in federal, whatever jurisdiction, whatever the deal is. So he has some kind of poll up on his X account.
Yeah. And who gives a damn? Those statues were symbolism. No shade to George Floyd, RIP to him. I don't care what the circumstances is or was rather, that nobody deserved that. That was a full-on lynching in the middle of the street like they used to do, okay? Let's not keep it a buck. But whether they remove, see, we got to stop getting emotional because one thing white supremacists know how to do is pull our cards, right? Pull our cords. We're going to remove the trophies. And then guess what's going to happen? Like clockwork, your Al Sharptons, your Roland Martins, all of them going to come, tie the cape around their necks, Ah, look what they doing. They trying to do this to black people. Here's your cue to be pissed off.
And Roland Martin is doing a segment on that. I think tonight or later on or something like that.
So what? If they remove all the statues, when the Democrats put the statues up, did we get a check? Or did they stop lynching black people? They did not. So, of course, Roland Martin gonna get up there and try to feed red meat to the, and I'm sorry, I love y'all, black people, I do, but he's gonna feed red meat to the emotionally ignorant. The ones that's not gonna say, okay, did we get anything? I ain't seen no, listen, I'm sure there's one in Houston. I ain't seen one. I've not seen a George Floyd statue. But did we get anything out of it? You know what the George Floyd statues are akin to? The kente claws. And when they was kneeling in the, that's what it's the same thing. What did you get from that? See those old geriatric suckers on their knees, probably like, it's a long 10 minutes. What did we get from that? We didn't get nothing. So I'm telling y'all, don't let the usual suspects rile y'all up into thinking because Trump and them want to remove George Floyd statues, that's a dig on black people. You know what the dig on black people was? Is that they erected those statues in the first place and they did not pass reparations or didn't even pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. They didn't pass it. So it's just a statue. Do not get upset about that. If they do that, say, I think I'm going to have a V8. You want one?
And don't forget, George Floyd's family, they took the $20 million or whatever it was that was settled. So they're fine.
Yeah, we didn't get nothing from that. We went back to sleep. We did. We went right back to sleep. Once they put up the statues and they got up off their knees and they said, oh, don't worry, we're going to hold them accountable. We're going to go get it. Even, what's her face? Kamala went to Tyree Nichols' funeral. Oh, I'm going to go back to Washington and I'm going to tell Biden, we need to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act immediately. And she took a funny looking ass back to Washington and didn't say nothing to Biden. But yeah, y'all supposed to get mad. What I would love for y'all to do, listen, I don't follow Roland, but when he does cover this, I love for y'all to say, man, knock it off. Ain't nobody finna get mad over those statues being removed. Who's supposed to care about that? You know, but I'm gonna tell y'all this thing too. Hey, Angela, how you doing? Roland and all them, they finna eat greedy this election cycle because their views are going to be off the chart because they know all we got to do is sell doom and gloom and woe to black people. Oh, yes, a victim and y'all ought to be mad about it. But I ain't going to really give you no solution. Just want you mad. They going to eat greedy because a lot of y'all them going to show up for every bit of it.
Yeah. When do we stop being victims? I mean, I get it. We all understand our situation as we're the only group that has suffered the way we've suffered and came here involuntarily and all this other stuff. But when do we finally say, and a lot of you guys have already got to that conclusion, just like Demetri and I, we have to save ourselves. These people ain't going to do it. We got to save ourselves. I mean, I still want my check, but in the meantime, I'm going to save myself. I'm not a victim. I open my own business. I'm going to open my own food deserts in our neighborhood. Okay, where's this black boule that has all the divine nine that's supposed to come in here and do all this great stuff? Oh, they're not going to do it? We're going to have to do it ourselves.
Yeah, we got to do what we got to do. And tell it like it is, says Jasmine Crockett can continue cosplaying the hip sister while flapping. You crazy. Damn. Nappy wig, all she wants. We can see through her too. Yeah. And we just really need to, Bakari said, answer my DMs. Okay. Which one? Because I got a lot of them. Yeah, we can see through it, but a lot of people can't. They think she's I've even seen people say she need to run for president. Her and Kamala need to run on the same ticket together.
Oh, that you know what? I'm not against that. I am not against that. I think that would be a great idea to give us a J.D. Vance presidency. That would just secure it completely.
I said, oh, y'all, what y'all smoking? Y'all need to cut it in half because, that'd be the ratchetest presidency with Kamala talking about, you better thank a union member. And then Jasmine talking about, I'm not about to be Putin's hoe.
And no shade on some sisters. Like I said, these two particular sisters, that would guarantee a Republican victory. You're talking about a Republican, good Lord, almost 16 years of Republican rule. That's what you're looking at. Almost 16 years of Republican rule. That would just change the whole United States if that happened.
Yeah. And Kawabina, I hope I said that right. How you doing? Says, I'm up here in Minnesota. I don't think Walz will pardon Chauvin. I don't think he will either. I don't know. He just don't strike me as one that would do it. So yeah, Dap knows. How you doing? Long time no see. It says, ever since Black people decided to stay on the sidelines, it seems that both Democrat and Republicans keep trying to get Black people's energy. Yeah, don't give it to them. We got other stuff to be doing. Vince, how you doing? Says, when President Trump gives Jasmine a famous name, she'll go somewhere and sit down. Maybe, right? She should be voted out. I'm serious. Rose H2O, how you doing? Says, when those checking the stimulus package, he says, when are they checking it? Yeah, you know, I hope they do send some money to us, right? Child of God, how you doing? Says, it's a hustle. Yeah, it is to keep Black people mad, fists all balled up. And it's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do with your fists all balled? You ain't gonna do nothing. Okay, you gonna bust a blood vessel more than likely. Andrea, how you doing? Says, statute only benefits pigeon. You crazy, but you know what? You right. All right, getting on to the bottom. Terry says, we got to stop the stupidity they're trying to start. Yep. Brother Jonell says, do for self, quote, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Come on now. Janelle, how you doing? Says, Jasmine Crockett is embarrassing. She is. Our son, how you doing? Says, wait, taking down George Floyd statue specifically about that. Are they crazy? I know there's much more important stuff at stake, but it's more about a symbol, in my opinion, because they're trying to piss off Black people, have Roland running around, you know, down there having a stroke, trying to get y'all to have one right with him. It's like, so what? Hey, Cynthia, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. And Tahada, I know I jacked that up, but how you doing? Says, they smoking fentanyl. You crazy. But of course, it says it's cool, Miss K. I'm listening and learning. Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah, and real quick, speaking of the fentanyl, I mean, think about this. And like I said, I'm not a Trump supporter, but you can't tell me everything this man does is wrong. He's labeled the cartels in Mexico and the Central America as terrorist organizations. Now the military can go after them to stop the fentanyl from flowing into this country. What did the Democrats do, Demetri, in regards to fentanyl in the 4 years under Biden?
I guess they say, y'all, when you come over here, bring them on in with you. Lovely. How you doing? Says Carolyn Bryan Dunham. What happened with that? Nothing from the Democrats. Yeah, they let her go. They're the DOJ and the Biden said, well, she says she didn't do it. But yet they talking about we got an Emmett Till, bill passed where they supposed to be able to go back and correct civil rights wrongs, even posthumously, even though people are dead and stuff. Who the hell is that benefiting? Y'all let this old wicked witch go to the grave. You know, now I will say shout out to the Black Panther Party, that they haunted her everywhere they went. Everywhere she moved, they was, hello. So she's like, I'm an old lady. It's like, guess who didn't live to be an old man? The 15-year-old that you lied on. So why should you get peace?
Well, let me ask you this, Demetri, real quick. For the Democrats to possibly redeem themselves, what is it that they need to do, in your opinion? What is it that they need to do?
Yeah, A3, you crazy on the Glorilla running for wow. And Valerie, how you doing? Says Jasmine is a private school, well-educated sister, not a sister, sexy red act. Yeah, it's all crazy. So what do they need to do to redeem themselves? Well, for us, we're past it. We're over it. Write a check. Okay? Because as Al Green admitted, we had all the offices. We could have very easily corrected a wrong.
And by the way, under Obama, they had all the offices. Don't forget that.
Could have, but they didn't want to. So right now, Black people, Black Americans, like nothing else really matters. We want to check. We want some real, hate crime bills. We want some protection against these murderous police that run around in the state and local levels. CIA, FBI, they might, but it's rare, right? might go to the corner store and get gaffled up by the pole. So we need some protection, right? We need some with some teeth. We don't need all this study and we finna get on our knees with kente claws and statues, you know, we don't want that. And we've been telling, we don't want Juneteenth holiday. We've been celebrating that before you made it a holiday. We don't want hip hop day. You listen, anytime white folks infiltrate hip hop, is it really ours? I'm gonna shut up because I'm getting in trouble. We ain't asking for that. Yeah, we don't want that. Okay, give us the money and we can have our own celebrations. Okay, we don't want none. We don't want the Crown Act because you'll never tell us we don't like your hair, you're fired. You're gonna find another way to do it. So I want to be able to wear my hair the way I want. We don't need that. We don't want it. So.
But Demetra, if we cut the check, 90% of you guys are going to give it away. See, so we're trying to save you guys from yourselves because you Negroes are infantile. You don't know what to do with that kind of money. That's why, you know, and you're going to hear this from the older generations, not all of them, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That's the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, well, no, we're going to if y'all get reparations, y'all just going to spend it and waste it. They're mad because they're not young and they can't go to Hawaii on you know, a reparation check in their bikinis or whatever they're going to do. But Demetra, that's what they're going to say. 90% of the money is going to be given away. So, you know, that's not the answer.
Right. Cynthia says, I was told Governor Whitmire, a.k.a. Big Gretch, that's what she calls herself, was very quiet and showed a humbling presence at the governor's dinner. That's when Trump was letting them have it. You talking about that dinner? I bet she was. But, you know, she was sister girl and she a white lady, Big Gretch, like she's some damn gangster or something. You know, she was out sister girl with Kamala and all that other stuff. And then I saw her, I don't know what she was doing, but Bossa Nova Ross, she says what they need to do is cut the check right now. And right now, I see y'all saying cut the check. Yep. FM, how you doing? Says 100 Demetra, the statues are nothing and nothing burger. Yeah, but again, watch, y'all mark my words. The rolling gonna get up there and get everybody pissed off. Hey, Sunka Med, how you doing? It says they are mad at Trump because they can't come up with ideas that benefit people, period. Just like the gold card. Who else would think of that? They hate it. Yeah, so Trump is offering the gold card to rich foreigners, $5 million. You can buy it. It's like a visa. It's a permanent residency, not permanent citizenship, but residency for $5 million. It's like, okay. Carl Williams, how you doing? Says, I have not heard gaffled in a long time. I'm showing my age. That's why Mesca, how you doing? Says, I hope Trump continues to stick his foot so far up their butts until they taste the water on his knees. Well, damn. Billion Godson, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, getting on to the bottom. FM says we're going to give it away to white companies. So what does it matter? Well, it's not that they're afraid that we'll give the money away. They don't care about that. It would benefit them. They're afraid that some of us are going to keep it. Because it says that if we just keep 10% of the nearly $2 trillion that we see in our community every year, if we keep 10%, because now we give 97% away. We just kept 10%. Oh, it's a game changer. So they know everybody ain't going to go buy Jordans, Cadillacs, and, you know, whatever. They know even if it's 10% of us that keep that money, we going to build and we ain't going to need them. So that's part of it too. Mission Vision says Biden's offer was syringe needles to us. Never forget. Yeah. And then they tried to lie and say, nah, it wasn't. It's like, listen, I ain't never did no crack, but I'm pretty sure those was crack pipes and needles. Anomalous, how you doing? It says TRD, they have to solve the conundrum first. Okay. All right. We about to get on out of here. Let me go down to the bottom. I see y'all comments, but I really need to get out of here. No reparation, no vote. How you doing? Let's see here. Who else haven't I seen so far? Oh, I got to the bottom. Shaw, he says the fight TikTok was too much. They looked ridiculous. You talking about when they got rid of TikTok and falling up? He says Roland, Al, and anyone who says of that ilk is still going to be in our face no matter what happens. They're sellouts from the rip. Yep. So Donovan, what's your last and final thoughts before we leave here? And again, y'all, we have ways to help the channel. Thank y'all for those you have. They help the channel at the bottom if you so see fit. Love and appreciate you for that. Donovan?
Hey, my last and final thing is, you guys remember, Trump is in office for the next 4 years. We have midterms coming up. What the Democrats are depending on is if they scare you guys enough and shut the government down and all this other stuff, their strategy is to make Trump fail. The same strategy that was used to make Obama fail, right? Whatever the deal. The midterms are coming up. We would be remiss to give them the House and the Senate again for them to sit there and gridlock government. At least under Trump, things are moving one way or the other. They're moving, but a gridlock, I don't think we can afford that. And I think it would be a bad indication to the Democrats that they're on the right track. We have to stick to our guns. I know a lot of people out there might suffer. Unfortunately, anything worth having is worth working for and suffering for. So this midterms, they're going to tell you, well, we're not in power, so what can we do? What can we do? No, you need to lose a couple of election cycles for us to, for you to get the point of what we are saying. So the midterms are coming up. Do not forget that. Please keep talking to your friends and family that, hey, and use the comparisons. I don't expect nothing from Republicans that don't do nothing for me anyway. The Democrats didn't give me nothing, so nothing from nothing is still nothing. There it is.
Absolutely, Cynthia, and I agree with you. Says I'm so damn proud of my FBAs. We are sticking together and standing on our Black business. Yep. And I would say this just in closing, and thank y'all so much again, everybody. OG Hidden Paul, he says, I hope nobody is donating to this guy. Which guy are you speaking of? So yeah, as I said, and I'm gonna say it again. The Democrats, if you thought 2024 handed you your behind, you wait to 2028. Because as I said, for one, many people are sick of you. Sick of your attitude, sick of your nastiness. And Representative Al Green, he, as y'all said, he didn't say anything new, but now they have to start saying it because it's like, okay, the gig is up, right? They know, we know. And you didn't do anything when you could have, didn't want to. You know why? Hey, Queen of Diet, how you doing? Because they're used to taking Black people for granted. They're used to taking the Black vote for granted. Oh, give them a fish fry, give them some twerking, some no voting, bring Sister Girl Jasmine out, and everybody else should think of Sassy Roland Martin will give him 350 racks. Get out there and, really sand dance, and Al Sharpton, he's going to lead the Negroes to Costco, and we boycott. Now they got Jamal Bryant. He's on board with Target. We're doing a fact. So they know that we're over it, right? And the other thing is this. We have to stay on our square. We have to stay aware. We cannot let them pull us back to the plantation. They know the gig is up. Now, the next talking points that we need to have, not even just talking points, we're not coming back until you give us a reason to. We don't hear no symbolism. We don't want to hear that you're finna study. What's her name? Ayanna Presley. I'm taking up after Sheila Jackson Lee, and we're going to study reparations. We don't care. We don't want you to study. Y'all claim y'all know every damn thing, but you don't know what reparations is about. What are you going to do? And do you think we trust y'all to study it? Hell, we heard Kamala talking about, well, yes, we need the Freeman's Bureau, but we don't do it for Black and brown. What brown people did you know of was out there in the cotton fields with our people? How the hell they get involved in the Freeman's Bureau? So that's what you're going to come back with. You're going to come on and studying, and we decided it was Black and brown and LGBTQ and the immigrants. And y'all going to come back with an all-inclusive, because the Black caucus, you're the only ones that do for everybody. That's in your mission statement. We're here for Black people and other marginalized communities. You're the only one that have a mission statement that says you're helping everybody else. So until you come to the table with, okay, we did the math. Black Americans, this is how much we are going to send to you. You ain't got to do nothing. We know who's descendants of slavery. We know who it is. We are, because like I said, if you bring a crack pipe in your house, they gonna know you did it, okay? If you drop a napkin on the ground, they gonna test the DNA and say, okay, it's Donovan's. So miss us with all of that, right? So I'm going to say this to you Democrats out there. As far as Black people are concerned, you're done. People like Donovan and I, and y'all in the comment section, we're never going to stop talking about it. We're never going to stop ringing the alarm. This is not about us being Trumpians or MAGA or any of that other stuff. It's about us not going for the bullcocker no more. We're done. And you can whine, you can cry, you can call people names. I just block you because that's just the energy I'm going to block you, okay? You can do all of that. It's still not going to matter because we don't care. And Al Green knows we don't care. And now he's trying to tell the truth. And he's hoping that's going to lure Black people. Oh, he told the truth, child. At least he trying to. We don't care. Unless you're talking about reparations for Black Americans and all the other stuff we asking for, we don't care. Cut the check. So anyway, love and appreciate every last one of y'all. We will be back here on Tuesday. I might come back here tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I love and appreciate every last one of y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your Sunday. We'll see y'all later. Peace.